Hey folks, my name is Gromong and you're on my channel. This video is about the best slice of life anime that we have out there. Just like you, anime characters often have school and work to worry about. The slice of life genre understands that our mundane world is every bit as interesting as a fantasy setting. Well, it's certainly not for everyone. The plots may not be as deep or involving as plots for dramas or mysteries, and there's not many exciting fight sequences when compared to action anime. There's usually not even romance for viewers to swoon over. To the average person, psychic abilities might seem a blessing. For Kojuo-seki, however, this couldn't be further from the truth. Gifted with a wide assortment of supernatural abilities ranging from telepathy to X-ray vision, he finds this so-called blessing to be nothing but a curse. As all the inconveniences his powers cause constantly pile up, all Kojuo aims for is an ordinary, hassle-free life, a life where ignorance is bliss. Unfortunately, the life of a psychic is far from quiet. Though Kojuo tries to stay out of the spotlight by keeping his powers a secret from his classmates, he ends up inadvertently attracting the attention of many odd characters, such as the empty-headed Riki Nendu and the delusional Shun Keidu. Forced to deal with the craziness of the people around him, Kojuo comes to learn that the ordinary life he has been striving for is a lot more difficult to achieve than expected. The rare and inexplicable puberty syndrome is thought of as a myth. It is a rare disease which only affects teenagers, and its symptoms are so supernatural that hardly anyone recognizes it as a legitimate occurrence. However, high school student Sakota Zusagawa knows from personal experience that it is very much real, and happens to be quite prevalent in his school. Mai Sakurajima is a third-year high school student who gained fame in her youth as a child actress, but recently halted her promising career for reasons unknown to the public. Energy conservative high school student Hotaro Oriki ends up with more than he bargained for when he signs up for the Classics Club at his sister's behest, especially when he realizes how deep-rooted the club's history really is. Begrudgingly, Oriki is dragged into an investigation concerning the 45-year-old mystery that surrounds the club room. Accompanied by his fellow club members, the knowledgeable Satoshi Fukup, the stern but benign Mayaka Ibara, and the ever-curious Era Kitanda, Oriki must combat deadlines and lack of information with resourcefulness and hidden talent, in order to not only find the truth buried beneath the dust of works created years before them, but of other small side cases as well. Based on the award-winning Kotenbiyu light novel series, and directed by Yasuhiro Takemoto of Suzumiya Haruai no Shishitsu, Hayuka shows that normal life can be full of small mysteries, be it family history, a student film, or even the withered flowers that make up a ghost story.
All my efforts to doing as little as possible. There's just one problem.
Turo Honda has always been fascinated by the story of the Chinese zodiac that her beloved mother told her as a child. However, a sudden family tragedy changes her life, and subsequent circumstances leave her all alone. Turo is now forced to live in a tent, but little does she know that her temporary home resides on the private property of the esteemed Soma family. Stumbling upon their home one day, she encounters Shigeru, an older Soma cousin, and Yuki, the prince of her school. Turo explains that she lives nearby, but the Somas eventually discover her well-kept secret of being homeless when they see her walking back to her tent one night. Things start to look up for Turo as they kindly offer to take her in after hearing about her situation. But soon after, she is caught up in a fight between Yuki and his hot-tempered cousin, Kyo. While trying to stop them, she learns that the Soma family has a well-kept secret of their own. Whenever they are hugged by a member of the opposite sex, they transform into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. With this new revelation, Turo will find that living with the Somas is an unexpected adventure filled with laughter and romance. The Great War finally came to an end after 4 long years of conflict. Fractured in two, the continent of Telesis slowly began to flourish once again. Caught up in the bloodshed was Violet Evergarden, a young girl raised for the sole purpose of decimating enemy lines. Hospitalized and maimed in a bloody skirmish during the war's final leg, she was left with only words from the person she held dearest, but with no understanding of their meaning. Recovering from her wounds, Violet starts a new life working at CH Postal Services after a falling out with her new intended guardian family. There, she witnesses by pure chance the work of an auto-memory doll, amanuenses that transcribe people's thoughts and feelings into words on paper. Moved by the notion, Violet begins work as an auto-memory doll, a trade that will take her on an adventure, one that will reshape the lives of her clients and hopefully lead to self-discovery. Are you liking this video? Subscribe in our channel to receive others' videos like this in the future.
この子はそれが何かを一生懸命探している。お客様がお望みならどこでも駆けつけます。自動式。
5 have gone. Only 5 more to go. What do you think about the 5 that have passed, and what do you think will be the next 5? Write in the comments below, and then watch to confirm you were right. Music accompanies the path of the human metronome, the prodigious pianist Kusei Arima. But after the passing of his mother, Saki Arima, Kusei falls into a downward spiral, rendering him unable to hear the sound of his own piano. 2 years later, Kusei still avoids the piano, leaving behind his admirers and rivals, and lives a colorless life alongside his friends Tsubaki Sawabe and Ryota Watari. However, everything changes when he meets a beautiful violinist, Kaori Miyazono, who stirs up his world and sets him on a journey to face music again. Based on the manga series of the same name, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso approaches the story of Kusei's recovery as he discovers that music is more than playing each note perfectly, and a single melody can bring in the fresh spring air of April. At the renowned Shuchian Academy, Miyuki Shirogane and Kaguya Shinomiya are the student body's top representatives. Ranked the top student in the nation and respected by peers and mentors alike, Miyuki serves as the student council president. Alongside him, the vice president Kaguya, eldest daughter of the wealthy Shinomiya family, excels in every field imaginable. They are the envy of the entire student body, regarded as the perfect couple. However, despite both having already developed feelings for the other, neither are willing to admit them. The first to confess loses, will be looked down upon, and will be considered the lesser. With their honor and pride at stake, Miyuki and Kaguya are both equally determined to be the one to emerge victorious on the battlefield of love.
Kaguya-sama wa shinjitsu.
Mushi, the most basic forms of life in the world. They exist without any goals or purposes aside from simply being. They are beyond the shackles of the words good and evil. Mushi can exist in countless forms, and are capable of mimicking things from the natural world such as plants, diseases, and even phenomena like rainbows. This is, however, just a vague definition of these entities that inhabit the vibrant world of Mushishi, as to even call them a form of life would be an oversimplification. Detailed information on Mushi is scarce, because the majority of humans are unaware of their existence. So what are Mushi and why do they exist? This is the question that a Mushishi, Ginkgo, ponders constantly. Tomoya Okazaki is a delinquent who finds life dull and believes he'll never amount to anything. Along with his friend Yohei Sunahara, he skips school and plans to waste his high school days away. One day while walking to school, Tomoya passes a young girl muttering quietly to herself. Without warning, she exclaims "Anpan," a popular Japanese food, which catches Tomoya's attention. He soon discovers the girl's name is Nagisa Furukawa, and that she exclaims things she likes in order to motivate herself. Nagisa claims they are now friends, but Tomoya walks away, passing the encounter off as nothing. However, Tomoya finds he is noticing Nagisa more and more around school. Eventually he concedes and befriends her. Tomoya learns Nagisa has been held back a year due to a severe illness, and that her dream is to revive the school's drama club. Claiming he has nothing better to do, he decides to help her achieve this goal along with the help of 4 other girls. As Tomoya spends more time with the girls, he learns more about them and their problems. As he attempts to help each girl overcome her respective obstacle, he begins to realize life isn't as dull as he once thought. Ryoji Takasu is a gentle high school student with a love for housework, but in contrast to his kind nature, he has an intimidating face that often gets him labeled as a delinquent. On the other hand is Taiga Isaka, a small, doll-like student, who is anything but a cute and fragile girl. Equipped with a wooden katana and feisty personality, Taiga is known throughout the school as the Palm-Top Tiger. One day, an embarrassing mistake causes the 2 students to cross paths. Ryoji discovers that Taiga actually has a sweet side. She has a crush on the popular vice president, Yusaku Kitamura, who happens to be his best friend. But things only get crazier when Ryoji reveals that he has a crush on Minori Kushieda, Taiga's best friend. Toradora is a romantic comedy that follows this odd duo as they embark on a quest to help each other with their respective crushes, forming an unlikely alliance in the process.
I'm a dragon.
You said you were gonna stand by me.
You're a tiger.
I'm gonna regret this.
And for centuries.
That is all, folks. Thanks for watching.